welcome to Real Lives, Real Money, the show that's designed to help you get your money right, to help you gain financial independence. I'm Cheryl Creuzot, President Emeritus of Wealth Development Strategies, and joining me today,
I'm Nettie Jones, licensed psychotherapist here in Houston, Texas, in private practice.
That's great. Nettie is a phenomenal therapist, and I was really excited about doing this show with you because of the emotional connection to money.
Yes.
And I'm sure that you see that in your practice.
Almost daily. You'd be surprised how much our emotions are tied to our finances.
They really are.
And you know, it's from a lack of finances, and then for some people, they have the finances, but for whatever reason, they continue to worry about not having enough.
Right.
And I think that has to do with, you know, their experience, childhood, just
how
multiple
they were raised,
things, and how they view money, and what their mindset is about money.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, we've got diagnoses for things when people worry too much, you know, or not able to function adequately simply because they're consumed with worrying about how am I going to take care of things financially.
Right.
So we've got to find a way to make sure that people find a balance.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, in all the years that I've been in practice, I think I really should have gotten your degree to deal with a lot of my clients.
I would imagine.
And one of the things that I've learned is that I cannot impart my value system on other people.
Yeah, no.
They have their emotional
Yes.
feelings because of very often their background and just things that influence them in life. And there are two examples that come to mind. I worked early in my practice with a young couple, doctor, who grew up very, very poor. Married another doctor, and so they were doing very, very well. We sat down to do a plan for them, and he would not invest any money until the house that they purchased was paid off.
Wow.
And despite every chart and graph that I showed him, that did not make good financial sense, I had to understand that was his reality.
Yeah.
And everyone is different.
Yes.
All right? And learn and appreciate that. And so, thank goodness that they were very disciplined and they were able to pay off the house in a little under 4 years, and then began to move forward and invest. So just someone that was very, very debt adverse and just could not sleep with having any debt. So it was very important to make sure that house was paid off first.
Yes, yes.
Another story that comes to mind is a little different, and this is an older couple now.
Okay.
And he and I have become great friends, and he calls me regularly. He calls me on the weekend.
Okay.
And this is just how nervous he is about money. And he lives in constant fear about money, about not having enough money. And it would be impossible for this gentleman, knowing his conservative lifestyle, to spend the money that they have accumulated at this point.
Wow.
But his story is one that is a very sad one. And when he was a teenager, he was 17, his father was a very, very hard worker. They were immigrants to this country. And his father got a phone call that he overheard. And the phone call, the message was that his father's business had failed.
Oh, wow.
And he watched his father drop the phone in tears and sink to the floor. And that image of his father crying and being in so much pain is so emblazed in his mind.
Right, right.
And has stayed with him all these years, that there's nothing that I can do to make him feel like he's safe. He always feels like there's something that's going to come around the corner where he's going to end up living on the bridge.
Yes.
And so again, you know, we are creatures of our environment.
Yeah.
And so money and emotions are so connected.
Absolutely. And I tell people, let's go to the thoughts. What are you thinking? And my favorite term is stinking thinking. What are your thoughts? Because our thoughts drive our emotions and our feelings and ultimately our behaviors. And so he would be a great candidate to come and sit on the sofa to talk about why the anxiety, why the fears, when clearly your history shows that, you know, you take care of business. And so what's really behind that? And then if we get to the thoughts that he has, the what ifs, and if the what ifs, write them down, you look at them, are those even true? No, they're not. Okay, so let's dismiss them. Let's talk about what is true and get him to shift those thoughts so that those are more consistent with what reality actually is.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He's the one that will give me the phone call that says, well, what if the market goes down and I lose all my money? Okay? And so, for example, you're in a mutual fund that might have 2,000 different companies in it. What's the likelihood that every company in America is going to go out of business?
Right.
It's not real.
Yeah. He would be. He'd be a great person to come sit on the
sofa. He would be.
This has been some really great information, and I'm so glad that we've been able to come together and kind of collaborate and share our different expertise. And
absolutely.
I know that our listeners can really benefit from getting your book, Real Lives, Real Money. It's got great stories.
All sorts of stories.
And so tell the audience how they can get your book.
You can get the book at reallivesrealmoney.com.
You can find me at nettiejones.com or nettie@nettiejones.com, 832-452-8863.